Hi guys, welcome back to reading the Word and understanding the Bible verse. Today in 1 Kings, I read chapter 13 and chapter 14. And in chapter 14, what I find interesting is Rehoboam and Jeroboam. Both were kings of Israel, because you remember Israel split into 10 and 2. And both kings were very evil. And in verse 24 is what I find interesting. It says, the people engaged in all the detestable practices of the nations the Lord has driven out before the Israelites. So you gotta remember, the Israelites fought against all these wicked nations to come over and take over the land, and to make the land their home, and make it God's land. Now, these people who both don't follow Jesus, who are both worshiping false gods and false prophets, even creating males as prostitutes throughout the land. They both were doing evil practices, and that's what God says, God killed those nations for Israel to come about, for us to still have Israel, the same Israel still today. So God killed those nations, and Israel is acting the same way. They're acting the same sin as those nations that God had Israel die. So that's what I find really interesting about this verse 24. It's in chapter 14 in 1 Kings, verse 24. So I find that interesting, that not only that do I find interesting, but if you go down to verse 25, there was a king in Egypt, and he came and stored the temples, took the temple of the Lord, all the treasure, and took it out. All Solomon's gold shields that he created for the temple were taken to Egypt. Now, that's also interesting too, because it mentions the king of Egypt and how they came and overruled the Israelites and just took that back to Egypt. So I find that interesting too. So I hope you find this interesting. I hope you have a good day, blessed day, and just remember, just stay in God's Word and read and grow, because that's the best thing you could do right now. So I pray that helps you guys. Pray we have a good day, blessed day. Love you guys, and God bless.